Good evening, everybody. City of Lowell, Wednesday, January 31st, 2024. Happy New Year to all. Okay, hopefully you're in the right place. There's a sign-in sheet that I believe is going around. Please make sure you sign in. And when you speak, could you please go to the podium? Thank you. Okay. Item 1, Lowell High School, release of permit dates. Haley?
Yep.
Pretty self-explanatory?
Yes.
Okay.
2 of the events are here tonight, so you just have to approve Lowell High to release them.
Okay. And the first item is kids baseball. We have representative from kids here?
Yes.
Yes. Welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good evening, I'm Jeff Boyne with Kids, Inc., and we're requesting the alumni field for our baseball game that we have with Home Depot. I'm asking for June 9th, and I'm praying we don't have rain because June 16th is Father's Day, and I'll have pretty low turnout too, so I'm hoping for some good luck here.
Okay.
The only dates that we had available.
How many years you been doing this now?
We missed one during the pandemic, but it's been over 10 years.
I know it's been a while.
And it's the majority fundraiser for our group.
Right.
As you know, we're well supported here in the city with Lowell Parks and Recs. And we're really coming back with, we're back up over 100 members post-pandemic. We're getting things rolling again. And we've got a lot of kids that get left behind a lot, playing a lot of different sports. We're playing basketball in the city school gyms. You guys provide baseball fields. We're playing soccer. We have a lot of things going on and a lot of happy kids.
That's
An all-volunteer group.
Yeah, no, you do a great job. It's a great cause. So, okay.
There's actually item 22 on there.
Yeah,
This was like the release, but if you want to take care of.
yeah,
the
we'll
actual
do it both
motion.
at the same time.
All right.
So. Okay. Disability Sports Annual, okay, June 9th and 16. Entertain a motion?
There is a custodial fee on that because it's a Sunday. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve the date and time requested for a fee of $120.
Second.
Second. Okay. Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Good luck. Continue
you
on the
very
good
much.
work.
Let's go steady.
Okay.
All right, what was the
The other one is item 29. Thank you. Hold that to the end, that's you. Okay, all right. Number 2, Lowell Recreation Department, Peter Fattacandy. Welcome, Peter. Thank you. We don't usually get graced with your presence.
Well, we are here tonight to get our field permits for all of our summer programs,
Okay.
as well as our flag football program. So we're looking at essentially doing the same programs we do every summer. Last year, we had 272 teens working and over 2,000 kids enrolled in programs. And our staff were mostly high school age, 80% of them were under the age of 18, and 60% of them were under the age of 16, so they couldn't even drive.
Wow.
So we have programs all across the city, so kids can get easily to work, kids in the programs can get easily to the sites as well. So we're looking at trying to get our fields tonight squared away, so that way as we go through the budget process, we can try to get the money lined up to take care of this.
Okay. There's no fee for those.
Nope, but we still need to get our staffing fees set up, so we want to make sure we know which sites we need to target.
Okay.
So that way we have staff assigned to each site and then get everything squared away as far as hiring and advertising. Our summer starts in February, when we start reaching out to last summer's employees to try to get them back on board.
You guys are busy, I know
We
that.
are.
Okay, so anything else you need from us? Just permission?
Just permission.
Okay. All right.
I'll make a motion to approve the dates and times requested with no fee.
I'll second it.
Okay. Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. You're all set. Good luck.
you very much.
Have
Good
some
night.
fun. Good, good. Daisy Delgado, please? Yes, welcome.
Thank you, Daisy Delgado here. So last year I did a first annual fundraiser on my son's behalf. He passed away the year prior in a motorcycle accident, and he was a graduate of Greater Low Tech. So last year's fundraiser raised over $8,000 for a scholarship fund I set up on his behalf at Greater Low Tech, and I'm looking to do the same thing this year.
Great success last year, then.
A lot, yes, yeah.
It's good. It's good.
What number is she?
Okay. All right, so what exactly are we doing there, Daisy?
The same thing. We're gonna have food, a raffle. We're gonna have a DJ, auction.
Oh, okay.
I know my office manager. I work for the local AAA office. My office manager is in talks with the local fire department. They're gonna have a fire truck there this year as well to join in the fun.
Okay. Okay. Anyone else have any questions or concerns?
So this is benefiting, the kids, so the youth, so
Yeah, scholarship fund at Greater Low Tech for the auto tech department.
sounds good. Because typically, it's listed as a resident adult, which carries a permit fee, but resident youth would carry no permit.
Correct.
I'm sorry. I say that
So
again.
resident youth would carry no permit fee. So
Yeah,
since
you
it's
guys
benefiting
waived
the
it.
youth-
Yeah, you
Right.
guys waived it last year, but I had to pay the custodial fee.
Right, we would do the same thing that year. Does that work?
That's perfect.
Okay. All right, so that fee would be 120 times 8 hours, would be 240.
That's fine.
So is that in form of a motion, Ryan?
What's that?
Is that in form of a motion?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve the date and time requested for a total fee of $240.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Wait, we're not done yet.
No, we're not done.
We gotta approve it. You have a second?
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
Is
Keith,
it?
Keith
What?
seconded it.
1 second. Just one question.
Okay, sure.
Now, we said, Ryan, you were waiving everything except the custodial fee, right?
Correct.
Correct.
So it'd just be 120?
Well, it's a 6-hour, 8-hour
Eight-hour
block.
block.
Okay, so we gotta pay the custodian 240, okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. You're all
Thank
set.
you.
Thank you.
Continue your good work. Okay, Tara Perry, Craft Fairs.
Hi,
Hey, you like coming here, don't you?
I come once a year.
Okay.
This is the annual regular craft fairs for July, August, September, and then October. The secondary date chosen is for rain date, because last year it was awful. We didn't really have a summer. So I chose rain dates this year, hoping I can use them. And that's it.
Okay. And that would be for Shed Park. We'll handle that one first.
Yep.
And-
And 2 events at Fort Hill, the green space.
Yeah, we're gonna do that one next.
Okay.
On the Shed Park, we have a credit on that, Haley. So the total
That I
for,
forgot about, so instead of it being 1320, it's 980.
would be 980.
Because she had 340 on her account from last year.
Okay. So that's for Shed Park. And then Fort Hill would be 300 and those dates. So for a total of 1280. Is that correct? Okay. Any questions or concerns for us?
No.
All right. Any members? No?
I'll make a motion to approve the dates and time requested for a total fee of $1280.
I'll second it.
Okay. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Jonathan Chem, please. Welcome. You knew you were next.
The agenda.
I don't usually stick to the agenda.
Those
though.
tricky numbers just following each other.
Okay,
I'm here again this year for our yearly park permits.
okay,
Operate the volleyball, basketball court, and the concession stand.
okay. Anything different from previous?
No, same thing like last year. yeah.
Same thing. Okay.
Anything new and exciting?
Well, the renovations hasn't started yet, so we're still, I think, early stages, right, Shannon?
Yeah,
All right, that's something to look forward to.
absolutely.
Okay, questions or concerns?
I'll make a motion to approve the dates and time requested with no fee.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. You're all set. Good luck.
Okay.
Thanks. Betsy Rivera Garcia, New Haven Church, welcome.
Hi, good evening. We're looking, last year we did our outing, our church outing at Shed Park, and it was a fun event, even though it rained. Our children had, we did like a small church service, and our children had some activities that they had, so they really enjoyed that, and they would like to do that again this year,
Okay,
if possible. And then the other two, the Stoklosa School Park and the North Common Stage, these are areas that are really close to our church, and we're a church that likes to work with youth and children, so we want to just kind of reach out to our community and let them know that we're
okay.
there for them if they need us.
Okay, let's take them one at a time.
Sure.
We'll go through it. And then, so the first one would be Shed Park Pavilion on Sunday, June 2nd.
Yes.
Okay. And the permit fee would be $50, and the custodial fee would be $120 for a total of $170. Okay. Any questions or concerns?
I'll make a motion to set the time and dates for a fee of $170.
Okay.
I'll second it.
Okay. Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so Shed Park Pavilion is okay. Second one we have is Stoklosa School Park, the multipurpose field. Okay, Saturday, July 20th from 1 to 3. For a $25 fee would be the thing. You okay with that?
I'm sorry.
I said, is that what you wanted? You
Yes.
okay with that? Okay, all right. Any questions or concerns?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
I just want to be consistent here. I thought in the past, when we've had some people who are doing church service in the neighborhoods, that we would waive the adult fee, but if it was done on a weekend where they needed a custodian, we charge them for the extra services that is requested.
Correct.
Not for the services that they're providing, which is church service for the community. So I have a hard time with charging anybody for the use of parks or church services.
Okay.
I mean, that's just my position. I think if we had a custodian, and you gotta hire a custodian, and we gotta pay, then they're gonna pay for it. But when it just comes to church service, and I just have a hard time charging anybody for church services. It's gonna benefit the neighborhood,
Okay.
the community in whole.
Make a motion, no.
No, those are things that are set by the city.
But my understanding is
It's up to us to review them, we have the prerogative of waiving them if possible, okay? That's why they're there, and I agree with you on that too, so. Stoklosa, the multipurpose field, isn't used that often, that I know of, and all the local kids that are there, so.
And
they're
it's
just-
right around the corner. We're right up of School
Right.
Street.
I know exactly where you're at, so I agree with you, Keith. Okay, so anyone want to make a motion on that,
Yeah,
please?
second it.
What's it?
Make a motion.
I'll make a motion to waive the fees for the, under B of the Stoklosa School on July 20th.
I'll second it.
Okay, further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. And the North Common Stage, September 14th. Same thing. All right.
I'll make a motion to waive the resident fee of $25 on September 14th.
Have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay. Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. You're all set.
Thank you so much.
You're most welcome.
Have a good evening.
Stay warm. Okay. Jacqueline Coles, please. Juneteenth celebration?
Yes, hello.
Hello, welcome.
Afternoon.
Afternoon.
Good evening.
It's my annual time to come here as well. So this is the first time I've come in January, but we are looking to host our Juneteenth activities at Muldoon Park on Saturday this year, not Sunday, as to keep competing with Father's Day. So, yes,
Good.
we learned our lesson. I say our, but I lost my person who normally does this with me this year, but that's fine. Not dead, but just doing other
Oh, wow.
Not.
How'd you clarify that?
So for Juneteenth this year, our intent is to honor Bucky Lou, who was the infamous basketball player from Lowell, and Mr. Boucher, who wrote the book about him, and celebrating ragtime music because that was the music of the time and music that Bucky Lou was into, as well as the normal festivities for Juneteenth. But we'd like to just not get some themes in there, but just get some different information in there. Depending on the water, we may have canoes again, but that water's awful high and a little unsafe right now, and it hasn't even snowed that much, so we'll see how it is in the summertime.
Right.
Yeah,
And the water comes up high over there.
it does.
Pretty
It does.
easily.
And they're supposed to be building a dock, but I don't know when that is. This year, next year, I don't know. It'd be nice if it were before this year, so we could have a dock for the canoes, but it's
Okay.
fine. No, not gonna happen.
All right.
We'll still be there.
Good. I know you will.
The gazebo and the entire green space.
You've got great enthusiasm. I love it.
Awesome.
Okay. Questions or concerns?
Jacqueline, do you do any selling or charging for any of that?
We don't. We do a lot of giving away, but we may have to change that because our funds are internally funded, but we do not. We do cook, but we give it away free.
Okay.
So,
With that being said, Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to waive the fees, $75 for the use.
that's awesome. Thank you.
Okay. Further discussion?
I got one question. She said
Sure.
you cook there?
No, we don't cook on site. We cook beforehand. We don't do charcoal. We don't do,
Okay.
we know we can't do propane. We don't even mess with
Just want
that.
to make sure, that's all.
Yes, thank
Okay.
you.
Good point, Don. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. You're all set.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay, Sally Cluter, please.
Rudy.
All Democratic City Committee.
Hi, we
Welcome.
are hoping to have the first annual Democratic City Picnic on August 4th at Shed Park. And we are asking, we would be using charcoal grills to grill hamburgers and hot dogs.
Okay.
We're hoping to have maybe some music and also speakers. We're going to be inviting all the different officials in the area, as well as maybe the governor and lieutenant governor. And it's an opportunity for people in the city and around to hear from the various officials and candidates so that they can actually get to see them and hear them in person and have a good time while doing that. I think we probably, having looked at it again, it's really, the pavilion's bigger than I realized, and we would not need to do the tent. And people will be otherwise bringing other food like salads and mac and cheese, that kind of thing. We do need bathrooms, and we will be having parking. If it's possible to have chairs, I don't know if that's possible, that would be wonderful. I mean, we could have our own.
You would have to provide your own chairs.
We
We're
do.
not in that business anymore, Lon.
Okay. And it's a guesstimate because we haven't sent out invitations, obviously, yet, but I'm guessing somewhere between 65 and 90 people.
Any questions or concerns?
Nope.
Okay, the bathrooms, there are bathrooms underneath. Be
Okay.
there, and with that, have them open, we'd have
And
to have a-
electric, for a mic and,
Yes,
Yeah.
right, you'd have to provide your own mic and everything, though.
okay.
All right, we don't have that. And to have all that stuff open, everything, we'd have the custodian. Custodial fee is $120. And the resident fee, we could probably waive that based on all the city involved on it, okay? And you might want to ask other people in the city about the custodial fee, but we don't have the right to waive that. So, any other questions you have for us?
I don't think so.
Okay. Any questions or concerns?
I'll make a motion to approve the date and time requested for a custodial fee of $120.
I'll second it.
Okay. Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. You're all set? Good luck. We're going to have the Republican committee coming in next, right? That's all right.
Watch for it down and back, same day.
You're welcome.
Last couple of years with John Dakota.
Okay. Catherine Fiorino, please.
Hello.
Immaculate Conception.
Hi. We're just coming for our annual for the year, our end of the school year field day at Colley Stadium with all our grade 1 through 7 students. And then our walkathon that's in October for our pre-K 3-year-olds through our grade 8.
Okay.
And it's during our school day.
During your school days?
Yeah,
Right.
it's usually like, it's only about 2 hours. And we just need the bathrooms.
Yeah, when they're open,
Yeah.
once you're out there. There's somebody there during that time, Shannon, correct? So,
I'll make a motion to approve the dates and time requested with no fee.
I'll second it.
okay. Further discussion?
That's for both of them, right?
All in favor?
Yep.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. You're all set. Good luck. Have fun. Cheryl Saber. Welcome.
I'm going to stand in for Cheryl. She's not here. Cheryl and Al are supposed to be here. I'm Carolyn Doza. I'm the treasurer of the SJ Basketball League.
Okay.
So
I knew you weren't Cheryl.
yeah, everyone here knows Cheryl, I think. So we're looking for the permit for the concession stand down at Father Maguire's Park again. We're entering our 30th year as a league, 29th actual year of basketball due to COVID, but we're looking forward to celebrating our anniversary. Last year we had about just under 700 kids participating, so
Oh, wow.
I'm going to get a few more this year. So
You. Good for you. Okay. Doing anything different at the concession stand?
No,
No.
same as always.
Same as always.
Or you know Cheryl, she's a creature of habit.
Makes it easy that way.
It does.
Any questions or concerns? No?
I'll make a motion to approve the date and time requested, no fee.
I'll second.
Second. Okay. Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. You're all set. You did a good job. Okay. Moving right along here today. Okay. Blanca Munoz, please. Welcome.
So this is the same thing as we did 3 years ago. We want this to Colosa Park. Just this year, we're also doing the green field that's next to it. And we were wondering if maybe you have a discount because we're gonna use it more for kids than for adults, because we're about to pay $4,000, which is kind of low. We're not charging people to use this. So if you could help us out, maybe.
Okay. All right, and this is basically all for kids, you're saying?
The green field is.
Okay. Which one is that? The basketball court, that is for kids?
No, that's for adults. Is the green field that's for kids, the whole field.
Okay, so the next one. Okay, the multi-purpose, the green field, all right. That's what I thought, but I want to make sure I understand.
Understand.
Sorry about that.
Fine.
Okay. And on the adults, what are the ages?
From 20 to beyond, even 70,
Okay. And how many do you have?
around 150 to 200 people come to.
Oh, for the adults, okay.
Yep. So we want like a place for kids to run around.
All right, well, that would be for the adults, so they don't need a place to run around. Okay, so we'll deal with the basketball court first, and that was the one for the adults. Okay. There would be a fee for the 56 states of $2,800, and that would just be for the adults. Okay? If it was the children, we could do something about the fee, but seeing it's adults and you got 200 of them, they should be able to come up with
Adults
that
is
amount.
fine. We're just kids.
Okay. Any questions or concerns on this?
Mr. Chairman, my only question is that this is tying up Saturdays and Sundays, 4 PM throughout the whole summer. The whole summer, you're talking from April to October. That's a lot of dates. My concern is, and I'm gonna be consistent today with every lead that's coming before us with all these dates for the whole year, tying up all the parks. If you're not gonna be utilizing these dates, you need to notify us that you're not utilizing these dates for whatever reasons, because there's a lot of people that want to use these parks, and a lot of times we're giving permits out for people for the whole summer, and then we go by the park and nobody's there, where someone else could have used that park. So all we're asking, if you're not going to be using the park, please notify the Parks Department as soon as possible that you won't be needing the basketball court or any part of the field for that day, just so we can open it up for other people to use the park. Because I grew up in that neighborhood, and I know it's very popular during the summertime of the kids playing basketball down there. So I don't want the kids not to be able to play basketball because someone's got a permit. They got it throughout the whole year. But if someone's not using it, you got a permit, I'm gonna have a problem with that.
That's for the adults. Keith.
Right, but I'm saying anybody.
No, I
don't make
agree
a
with
general
you.
statement, so I don't.
Do you
think
have
I'm
a
just looking at
schedule
this group.
for the whole period of time? Or are you just blanketing the area? I mean, do you have a schedule?
A schedule of what?
Like, do you
The
plan,
games.
you plan on using it every single Saturday and Sunday between April and October?
Yeah.
Can I chime in? Sorry.
Yes, please.
Because there's a couple dates. So this is their third year getting the permit. It
Okay.
started off with just the basketball court, but then halfway through last year, she came back and got the multi-purpose field, because it was becoming popular in them.
Okay.
And in the area for them. So they did use every weekend, at least for last year. Blanca's, just to speak to her defense, is usually pretty good about communicating with me if she's not gonna use it.
Okay.
There are a couple dates because I think our flag football clinic that Pete has on the agenda,
Will conflict? Okay.
yeah, I don't know, there's a couple like Sundays
All
and
right.
Saturdays, so it's a little bit late. She's gonna be doing just Sundays. And then that's why the multipurpose field doesn't start until June, because it's mainly just, kids and it's still kind of cold, and
Okay.
just to kind of clarify that. But she is pretty good about communicating the dates with me, and they did use it every weekend last year.
Oh, all right.
So they're pretty good about it.
That answer your question, Keith?
Yeah,
Now, I understand the position when we're blanketing the whole thing. Are there any other people that request or in the area that want to use that facility?
Not usually. I think Ultimate Frisbee Group has used it a couple times. But now that South Commons open up too, I don't think we'll have too much of an issue with.
Yeah, we
open
usually
space.
also have Vietnamese kids. They come to play basketball. We're
Right.
pretty good about sharing. We don't take like the whole field. We let them play. Sometimes we even play with them. It's really fun.
Okay,
Me as a kid, I also play with them. So we're not like kicking them out.
No, I realize, but you also realize our position why we have to ask these questions.
Yeah, I know.
We can't give somebody carte blanche and
Yeah.
not know they're going to cooperate with us, that's all.
Nice.
And that's my position, Mr.
Right.
Chairman.
Oh, I totally
because
agree with
I go by there and I walk down there and I'm in that neighborhood a lot. And a lot of the groups, when I used to run the youth organization in there, a lot of the, you see, most part, them parks are taken throughout the whole summer. And you're right, they're mostly Southeast Asian children, the kids are in there. And I just don't want these, and I appreciate, and you encourage me to want to vote for it now, where I probably was not decided before to do it, but I'm going to do it because you said you allow them to play with you.
Yeah.
And that's what I want. I want the kids to be able to play. I don't want kids being able to watch from the sidelines when you, and I don't know if you're from the acre, but if you are from the acre, that's great, because you're from the neighborhood. But I don't want groups from outside the neighborhood to take the park with kids from the neighborhood. That's not what we're about. We want the kids to play in their neighborhoods. So when the parents are calling them, they can hear them in the park, and they're not down at the Shed Park playing 2 miles away. So that's the purpose of neighborhood parks, for kids to play in the neighborhood park. But I appreciate what you said, and you sold me on that, allowing the kids to play with you and participate is what I'm looking for, and I think what this board is looking for.
Yeah, even my little sister plays with other kids.
Exactly, well said, Keith.
Yes.
You going to make a motion for that first?
I will make a motion for the times and dates requested at,
Start closer.
28.
now, are we breaking them down, or are we just doing
We're
both?
doing basketball court first.
Okay, we're doing a basketball, at the fees of, what is it, the
28.
56 dates at 2,800?
You 2,800, right.
Yes.
I'll
make a
second
motion.
it.
Okay, so we have a second on that. Okay, further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. You're all set on the basketball court. The second one is for the youth playing on Greenfield.
Yep.
Okay, and because because they're youth, there's no fee for that. And added the ages of the children.
The ages are probably, there's from toddlers to around 7-year-old kids.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Yep.
All right. You want to continue, Keith?
I'll make a motion that we waive the fees if they're going to be children participating in that. So I will make a motion to waive the $1,100 fee on that, on the second request for the
Greenfield.
multi-purpose field.
Right.
And I will make a motion to waive the $1,100 since it's going to be serving the youth in that neighborhood.
I'll second that.
Have a second, okay. Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So the
All
new rate,
opposed?
the new rate
Motion
would be,
carries.
the new rate would be what,
28.
17?
No, 28.
2,800, just for the first.
Just 28, that's all.
Okay,
Right.
okay.
Okay.
Oh, no, she had 39.
Thank you.
Okay,
Have
2,800.
a good season.
Good luck.
Okay. And obviously, you know, if you have any problems,
Don't call us.
don't call us, call her. No, all right.
She communicates, that's why I like her.
That's what we need. Communication is always key.
Absolutely.
Okay. Maria Claudio, please. Maria Claudio? Okay, I'll just put it on hold. Okay. Nolan McKinnon, please.
You heard Gil was gonna be here, so she should.
No, you're not, we noticed that. Did you get her name?
Carolyn. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'm also standing in for Nolan McKinnon. I'm also the treasurer of the Ecumenical Athletic Association. So
Okay.
we're looking for the soccer field permit for Edwards Park for, to host our soccer games for the schools that participate in our league
Okay,
for the fall.
all right, and that's, okay, have you been in touch with Lowell Youth Soccer on that?
We have not. We don't have a direct contact. We do always have the field at this time, and then I know they come in after us. But we were hoping to maybe at some point get a direct contact so we can be.
Yeah, well, I know in the past, there's always been communication before anybody's requested a permit.
Yeah.
We work together, so we, you know, if we give this to you, that means they can't get on there, and it's,
It's usually the same time every year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
was
know.
going to say that we've had this
Right.
permit, for years.
okay, and you have no problem sharing the
No,
field?
not at all,
right.
no. No, and we usually, the hope is we're gonna, I was just actually speaking with Nolan the other night, we're gonna reach out to like their board list, someone on their board on their website to try to get,
Yeah, I would think
more
you'd be
open
able to,
communication.
right.
Yeah, so that way if we're not using a field for the particular day, we can let them know if they want to use it.
Yeah. Is, the counselor still the president over there? Rodney?
You mean state representative?
Yeah, state rep, I should say. Right.
Give him the promotion. yeah.
Is Rodney still the president?
No, Nolan McKinnon's the president. Rodney does ref for us.
On
though.
Lowell Youth Soccer?
Oh, that I
I
don't know.
think he is, yeah.
Oh, well then I know Rodney.
You're playing soccer and they're playing soccer. It used to be where everybody knew
I'm
everybody.
not a soccer player. But yes, I will get in touch with Rodney then. He does a lot,
Right.
he refs for us. Yeah, he
Okay.
does soccer and basketball games for us.
Right,
so
okay.
I'm very
Yeah,
familiar with.
I just know, I don't want them breaking apart because everybody
Yeah.
got along so well together in the past.
Right, yeah, we don't foresee any
Okay.
issues, but we definitely want to work with them.
Okay, questions or concerns from anybody?
Questions for Haley? Haley, does the Lowell Youth Soccer, do they have to put a request in for their field?
Yeah.
Every year, just, well, I know some youth organizations, they just put in and they notoriously, they just get it for the whole,
They do, and they also put in for other backup fields too, so they just haven't submitted their stuff yet, but
Okay.
they never conflict with like the permit time that they want.
Okay.
They've always done the 1:30 to 5:30.
Okay.
And they've never had an issue with it.
okay.
No, I've been familiar with this whole situation. Keep
Okay,
always-
all right.
They've always talked
Yep.
beforehand, so
Yep.
when they came here, we would know, did you talk to them? Yes.
No, that's great, that's great.
That's all.
That's great.
Okay, anyone else, questions or concerns?
I'll make the motion to accept the time and dates as long as there's no conflict with the Lowell Soccer Youth
Okay,
Association, so,
no fee.
with no fee.
Second?
Second? Okay. Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. You're all set.
Thank you.
You're doing a great job, Nolan. Joshua Luna, please. Welcome. Hi.
Hi, I'm representing Joshua this evening.
Okay.
Okay, so we're applying for a permit. We did it last year, and it was a great time for our church. It's kind of the close of the summer, and we're also celebrating 40 years of having established our church in this city.
Oh, wow.
So we're applying for a permit for that, for the pavilion. We would need the facilities. He said to tell you that there will be charcoal grills,
Okay.
that he will need facilities and electricity, and the bathrooms. I don't know if that includes the
Okay.
facilities.
Yeah,
I'm not-
bathrooms are underneath.
Okay, yes.
Okay. All right. August 24th. Will the splash pad be open then, Shannon?
Yes.
It will be? Okay.
Yes, and
That's a
that's why the
benefit.
kids love it.
Oh, okay. And that's for the church? Okay, so, and we got a custodian fee, we got the resident adult fee, which is $150, and then a custodial fee, which would be $360, so. Okay, questions or concerns? Yes.
This is, I know you said this is for the 40th anniversary of the church, and so this is like a community event? It's like aimed at the community?
No, it's basically just
Just the church.
a celebration within our church. We'll have some food, some music,
Okay.
have like a nice outing.
Well, in the interest of being consistent, since this is for a church, since it's for a church outing, I'd like to motion to waive the $150 fee.
Okay. So your
Was the
motion-
motion to waive the adult?
Yeah, the adult fee, yeah.
150? I'll second it.
Okay, wait.
I just have one question.
Yes.
Is that the speaker's name? Just so we know who's speaking
Oh,
on
I'm
behalf of
sorry.
them.
My name is Samara Ortiz.
Thank you, Samara.
Okay. You signed in, I hope.
Yes, I did.
Kind of figured you did. Okay. Anything else?
No, that would be all.
All right. Okay. Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion
We didn't-
carries, you're all
did we
set.
come up with a fee?
Wait.
We didn't come up with a fee, John.
The fee, we have the custodial fee, $360.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you very much for your consideration.
You're most welcome. Have a great time. Okay, Joanne Downing. Hi. Butler Community Partnership School. Okay. Field trip.
Yep, we basically do the elementary part of our school, goes there for the day, and we have different stations that all different grades go to a different part of the park. We rotate, the kids have a great time,
Good.
and we're just looking for a permit for the day.
Friday.
Okay.
Custodians there. Yeah.
I've been doing this for a long time.
That's usually a high school students we can charge.
Okay.
Tennis courts.
Entertain a motion?
Make a motion to approve the dates, time requested, no fee.
Second?
Further discussion? Seeing none. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries, you're all set. Good luck, have fun with the kids. Same to you. Okay, Wendy Jepson, please. Greater Lowell Road Runners. Hi.
Hi, I'm the race director for Berna's Great Lakes 5K. It's the second oldest women's only 5K in the country. It started in 1982. For several years, we ran out of the Riley Elementary School. Last year, with 4 days' notice, we found out we couldn't host our event at the Riley Elementary School, and Shannon came through and let us host the event at the Colley Stadium.
Okay.
It was really well received for a couple of reasons. So one is that the course managed to be a little bit flatter when we were running out of Colley Stadium, so that was pretty popular with the runners, that there was less hills. Also, when the race started in 1982, it was originally held out of Colley Stadium, so there is a nice historical factor there. And also, the race has grown significantly. So last year, we saw almost 100% growth in participation. And if we continue that trend, the Riley School parking lot simply isn't large enough to hold all the cars that we're going to have.
Oh, okay.
So we're kindly asking to be considered to host our event at the Colley Stadium moving forward. I also kindly request to consider removing or waiving or even reducing the fees. It's a 100% nonprofit race. All proceeds go to House of Hope. So every dollar that we reduce the fee by is a dollar that gets to go to House of Hope, which is the women's only homeless shelter in Lowell, if you're not familiar with them, which is part of the reason.
So you want a flat course, you don't want the cross-country course then?
We don't want a cross-country course. This is a road race, yep.
All right. Shannon, is there custodia out at the stadium?
We
at
do
that
have
time?
somebody working at that time, and last year they were just using the bathrooms.
Okay,
So there really wasn't any use of the field or track. It was in
all right. That's
Yeah,
what I
so
thought.
we would have a request of small changes here. So we did set up the tents from the Riley School just outside the track. We'd like to add a youth component this year called the Little Miss Race, which is for children under the age of 7 for girls, so they can get introduced to running. So that would be one lap around the track.
Okay. That sounds like great.
It's the coolest thing I do with my free time.
Okay, any questions or concerns?
I'd like to make a motion to your point, since the money goes to House of Hope, if that, since it's for a good cause, to waive the adult fee.
Okay.
Thank you.
Can we have a second on that?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to amend it that we waive all fees, because there's a custodian on at that hour anyways. Is that right, Shannon?
Correct.
Right,
So
that's
there is
why,
no-
yeah,
So not only that, I thought my fellow board member said the Adelphi, I'm looking to waive
Oh.
all fees.
Okay.
Because there is no custodian needed, because the custodian is working at them hours.
correct. That's why I asked.
So I make a motion, if, a friendly motion for the person who made the motion, if I amend it to, that we waive all fees for that
Friendly
event.
I
amendment.
second that.
Okay,
There we go.
further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries, you're all set.
Thank you so much. See you in July.
Cheers.
Same to you. Okay. Joyce Arota, please. Welcome. Another school field day.
Here every year, we get the Donahue Park for our elementary field day, and then the Shed Park for our middle school field day, because we're pre-K to 8 school. We have
Okay.
2 different field days.
Nothing different,
Nothing different. all
just a
the
lot
same.
of fun and kids
Yep.
running around.
Students are there, yep.
Okay. Someone want to make a motion, both A and B at the same time,
I'll make
please?
a motion to approve the dates and time requested with no fee.
Second it.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries, you're all set.
All right,
Thank you for coming. Kerry Reynolds, please, welcome.
Hi, thank you. So I am looking to host a shower at the Shed Park Pavilion. It would be from 10 to 2. We would not cook on site. I mean, we'd bring food, but we would not be cooking. And I would have chairs and tables, I already have them secured, to be dropped off and picked up.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that that's okay. I do have a few questions because I've never had
No,
an
go ahead,
event there
ask
before.
away.
So I know that there is electricity. I just wasn't sure exactly where how the plugs work. Are they under the pavilion, or do I need like long extension cords to plug in?
The plugs are behind the pavilion towards the splash pad, so you would need extension cords to come up.
Okay, and then I could play music or something like that, okay. And then the bathrooms, I think that was answered, that the
Underneath.
custodian fee.
Right.
They open and close the bathrooms.
Correct.
And then my other question was about parking. I know there's that parking lot there. But that can be shared with anyone who wants to use.
Yes, it can, yes, it
wants
can
to
be.
use
I didn't know
the
it was
park,
there.
right?
Right.
That's all.
He set his alarm up.
So I guess those are my only questions.
Okay.
Yes.
I also realized I just realized, so you're not from Lowell, right?
No, I grew up in Billerica and I work in Drake and I've always driven by that and been like,
Oh.
it's a
No,
nice
because I was
place
gonna
for a shower.
I meant to put non-resident, and then I was like, why did I put 100 for? And I was like, oh, okay, because I remember emailing back and forth with you, so I was like, I don't
Oh,
think
that
you're
was
a
you.
resident. Yeah,
Hi.
it's me. Yeah, so that's why it's not. It's supposed to say non-resident.
Okay.
But the fee is reflected in that, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
the 20.
Yeah, I just didn't want you guys to be like, why is it $100 for a resident?
All right, couple of questions. Baby shower, bridal shower?
Yes, for my sister-in-law, baby.
Baby, oh, okay. How many people do you expect?
We have seating for 80 coming, but
Wow.
I don't think actually 80 would come. I think it would probably be more like 60
Okay.
to be determined.
Any other questions you have for us?
Oh, I guess my only other question was about the tables and chairs, because obviously I have it rented from 10 to 2. I didn't know what time people would normally have the chairs and tables dropped off and then picked up, or if there's a rule for like
No, there isn't
earlier.
any. Is there anybody using the facility after 2 o'clock, Haley?
I don't believe so, but
All
I'm
right.
not 100% certain.
Okay, that would be the only, I doubt if anybody's before that.
Okay, maybe like an hour before and after, something
Yeah,
like
that would probably make
Okay.
sense.
Thank you.
Okay. Anyone, questions, concerns?
Just, one thing I'd like to add, the custodian you're paying for is not just there to, open the toilets for you. They're there to serve you. So
okay.
anything you need as far as electricity or any of the other stuff, they're there to assist you.
Oh,
You're
okay.
paying for their service.
They do not cook.
Not just opening and closing the bathrooms.
That's great to hear, because I
Okay.
was wondering about like trash removal. Actually, that was a question.
Well, they'll work with you. They'll work
So
with you.
Will there be trash barrels and bags there, or is that something we should bring?
Oh, they'll take care of that.
So they will have trash barrels and bags. Okay, excellent. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
We want them to earn their money. No.
Okay.
They just shut me off now. I won't be there, you'll do it no more.
Okay.
So
I'll make a motion to accept the time and dates for a fee of $320.
Second.
Okay, we have a second? Yep. All right, further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries, you're all set.
Thank
Good
you
luck.
very much.
Okay. Katie Doherty, please. Welcome.
Hi, Linda Tudrin on behalf of the Bailey School.
Okay,
We're requesting use of the splash pad and pavilion on Thursday, June 6th for a third grade field trip, and the rain date for June 11th.
okay. Pretty straightforward.
Yep.
Is the pad going to be open the June 6th and the 11th?
It will be weather permitting,
Yep.
but I can't control, who is going to be there, but since it's a school day anyway, I doubt.
Right, that's what I thought.
Yeah, kids there.
Yep. And then are the bathrooms available, the ones right next to the splash pad?
Yep.
Yep.
Are those open then?
No, they're actually not. The bathrooms would be in the pavilion.
The pavilion, okay.
What's that?
It's in downstairs.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the date and time requested, no fee.
I'll second it.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries, you're all set. Okay, thank you. Kristen Rashate, did I say that right?
It's alphabets, don't worry, everybody gets it.
Okay, I try.
It's all right.
Welcome, welcome.
Thank you. I am here to kindly ask for permission to hold our wedding ceremony at Lucy Larkham Park. We have already contracted with Cobblestones to hold our reception in one of their function rooms. There's a limit of 100 guests in our function room, so we will have no more than that number of people in the park. Additionally, we don't need any facilities because our guests will have use of Cobblestones. We've contracted with them for the duration of the ceremony. We've asked for 4 hours, so that way our tent and chair vendor can set up and break down, so that way it doesn't affect anybody else's reservation. But we expect only to be present in the park from 5:30 until 6:30, at which point we're hoping we can get the National Trolley Service to take our guests on a little ride through the city. Fingers crossed.
Good luck with that.
Thank you. We don't anticipate bringing anything to the park other than ourselves, our guests, chairs, and tables, and we were also hoping to get Saigon Sandwich House to have some bubble teas and iced coffees for our guests, but we won't be selling them. They'll just be a little welcome treat, and if you find yourselves there, come by and get one, please.
Seems like you've done a lot of work.
Not yet.
Shannon, do I see there's a construction may conflict with this request?
Yeah, they got the high school construction going on there, so I don't
Okay.
know, I can't tell you if that's gonna still be inhibiting that
Okay.
park. I assume you're up at the cobblestone end of
Yeah.
Lucy Larkin.
Yep, we're hoping to be at the Cobblestones and close to that that romantic little gatehouse that's always beautifully gardened in the summer. So we were hoping to be towards that end, but if the construction is going to affect our reservation, is that something we can communicate about as we go forward?
Well, if you drive by now, you'll see where it's already set up, so
Yeah,
it sounds like you'll be fine where you
Okay,
are.
okay, cool. I didn't know if they needed like a access through that section. Okay, cool. And they don't work on Saturdays anyway, right?
No.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Saturday, June 22nd.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and the infamous question we always ask, is there a rain date?
I was like, you're gonna ask for a
Well,
rain date?
our emergency plan is if we have weather that can't be accommodated by a tent, Cobblestones will have us in there and
Okay.
we'll just have some standing room, I guess.
All right.
But really hope that doesn't happen. It's supposed to be a strawberry moon that night, so we're hoping, supposed to be a big pink moon, so we're hoping to
Oh,
be
good.
outside as much as
Good.
possible.
Well, good for you. Okay, any questions or concerns?
I'll make, good.
Go ahead, Tom.
No. I'm gonna make a motion, accept the time and date with no fee.
I'll second it.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, you guys, thank you.
All in
Wedding
favor?
Wedding gift. Wedding gift from the Board of Parks.
Right. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries.
Oh, thank you all so much, and please do come by for a tea.
As we say, you're getting married, you're gonna be paying a big enough price.
$50 worth of bubble tea.
Good luck with all that.
Thank you.
Okay, and hopefully it all works out
Congratulations.
for you. Okay. Sounds like you've done a lot of work on that.
Oh, as soon as I heard about the
All right, Jenny Page, please.
Hi,
Welcome.
thank you. My name is Jenny Page. We are West Africans in Lowell. We're from Liberia, to be exact. We're also part of an organization that's based in Worcester, and we're looking to establish one here in Lowell. It says West African United, but anyone is welcome to attend. We do sports during the summer for the kids within the community. We've had people from other cultures come by to celebrate with us, play games with the kids. We do have porta party. We had one of the residents that lived next door saw us there 2022, and he was nice enough to rent us a porta party for the entire summer.
Oh.
But it was a fault on our end. Last year, we didn't get to play there because we were late putting in dates like for the field to use it, and another organization rented the entire fee out for the entire summer. So this would actually be our first year asking for a permit to allow us to, have this fun activity going for the kids during the summer. And then we also celebrate our Independence Day, which is July 26th, and Flag Day, which is also August 24th. Usually do those on Saturdays, but there was no Saturdays dates available, so we'll just asking to for a permit to allow us to use that facility for the summer.
Okay. Yes.
It was Tuesdays and Thursdays, right?
No, this
Was it
like.
during the week?
Yeah, it was during the week. I think it was like Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday.
So not Wednesdays? I can't remember, and I
Yeah, I
forgot to
think-
put it down.
I have it in my,
Only part this-
yeah, so whatever dates that I put on there, I have it in my email, the reservation, yes. Those are the dates that we're asking for, is a total of 56 dates.
I just like to tell them what days of the week, because then certain groups are on certain days, so if
Okay.
we were only doing Tuesdays,
Which ones
Thursdays,
are-
then
Yeah.
it won't fully conflict,
the
but
one
I
for cricket
figured
field.
that it was during the week.
That's what I thought.
So-
So
Okay.
I assume Field 1 is separate.
Okay.
That was my question, too.
You had said
Yeah, actually,
this may conflict with Lowell Youth Soccer, or we also have, isn't that the cricket field as well?
Well, cricket right now
where
is
do they
just
want,
on the
Javi?
weekends. They
Okay.
were thinking about putting in a couple weekdays, so I think you guys wanted to do Tuesday, Thursday, so then maybe that's why it's stuck in my head.
Okay.
But they didn't put in for that yet. But this is gonna conflict with Lowell Youth Soccer because they always get that field as a backup field Monday through Friday, which they're the group that put it in last year. Which
Okay.
is why they couldn't get it. So it's up to you guys whether you wanna, they haven't put their schedule in yet, so if you give it out, they won't be able to use that field.
So Field 1 is separate from the cricket field, though. There's not going to be.
No, it's the same field.
It's
I don't
the
know
same.
why it's called Field 1 in the website.
Yeah,
I
that
just
was my
put what
question.
it says.
Because at one time, there used to be Field 1 and Field 2 over there. There was two fields over there, two softball fields.
Yeah, it's a pretty big field.
Right.
So when we play, we split, like, we have, like, the soccer on one side, we have kickball on the other side. So it's a pretty big field. We do split it, but with the kids, and we have the park, when we bring food and drinks and stuff for the kids and people in the community, in like the people that live in the Hilger Street apartments, they come out and hang out with us as well. 2022, we did share the field with the cricket team, but then last year, they rented out the entire field for the entire summer, so we didn't have time to.
All right. Now, Lowell Youth Soccer would use it for practice? I wouldn't think, not for games.
It's usually a backup field for practice.
Practice.
But did I use it every night? Or is it?
Yeah,
They're
okay.
usually at Walsh.
But if the field's big
to my
enough,
knowledge.
somebody can be here and somebody can be there. If they're only doing practice, they don't need a set field.
I just wanted you guys to be aware they
Right,
haven't put
okay.
their stuff in yet, so if I approve this permit, they're not gonna be able to get that field.
Right, okay, I understand that. And also, cricket.
Is there enough room for?
What are your guys' intentions going forward?
We are actually thinking for 1 weekday for the kids to train there.
One day?
Yeah, but so they can do, I know that people are playing soccer on the side.
Right.
If we ever need it, there's enough space so for the kids.
All right, so it doesn't conflict with you.
Mr. Chairman?
Okay.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, Keith.
I know there are at least 3 or 4 groups that use that field. At least 3 or 4 groups in the years that I've sat on this committee, at least 3. Now you're saying the low youth soccer uses a backup field. We have 2 different cricket leagues, correct? They're not the same group.
No.
They're not requesting anything before June 10th. I think we sit down and we review this and see if we can't break it up so everybody's sharing it equally. That's my hopes, that everybody gets a chance at this park equally. So that this group here is not getting it all the time, this one's not getting it, and we're leaving everybody out. Let's try to see if we can't come up with a plan so that we can make this useful to all the people, all the groups that want to use this field during the week. And then we try to come up with some compromising and working with among the groups so that everybody will have a chance to play at this field.
Well, so right now, it's not fully impacting cricket. They haven't put in the weekday yet. We
Right.
did kind of talk about it a little bit, but
Right.
he knew that Lowell Youth Soccer gets priority for
Right.
the week anyway, so technically, if their schedule was in, we knew that that was a possibility, but it's up to you guys.
Yeah, like I said, there's 4, my understanding, Haley, I'm sorry, but there's 4 groups. There's
Yeah, but
4
they're only
groups.
playing on the
There's-
weekends,
But there's
so-
2 crickets, you have the soccer backup, and you have this.
Right, so them and
the live-
soccer are during the week, technically
They're on a
right
weekend
now,
only.
unless Sabi can fit in a weekday. Otherwise, cricket is just strictly Saturday, Sunday.
But we don't know what their schedule is, because we got 2 groups of cricket who hasn't put their
No, they're here tonight.
one group's here.
Both of them. They're on
Both groups are here.
both
Okay, well, I'm
ends.
sorry,
I was
sorry,
saying-
sorry,
I
sorry.
just wanted to say it because it is gonna impact him, where he said right now he didn't put in the weekdays.
Right.
Because they did wanna start doing children lessons, which is great, but if you guys give them this permit and Lowell Youth Soccer also has it, then they won't be able to have it during the
well, I-
week. But
Totally
they have it on
understand.
the weekends.
I think
so-
that's why I'm asking that we maybe sit down and maybe you continue this request and try to see if we can't come up with a fair system. I'd like to see this group as much as possible get it, but we also know that we've invested a lot of money, and the groups have invested a lot of money in making that the only cricket field in the city.
Yeah.
And I think people understand it's the only cricket field that we have in the city. The only field that we use for cricket is in there because of the facilities that were put in by them. It doesn't mean they get the park exclusively. What we're trying to say, let's share it. Let's make everybody. We don't want them to have it exclusively either. I don't want them. I want everybody to have a say in sharing this thing equally. That's what I'm saying. And these people have been more than gracious. They've been more than gracious. Say, listen, we can flexible. We can give you this weekend night or that. They've been more than flexible in working with us. I want to make sure that we're giving you what you also try to work with you in these groups to make sure that you get what you need.
I know you do.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
That's fair enough.
Member Rourke has
Actually, I
some
have a quick,
comments
I have
on
a- I
this
have a
as
quick
well.
question. What is the status of South Common? Is it done, Shannon?
South Common's complete, yes.
It looks pretty nice, right?
It looks fantastic.
Can you play soccer there?
Yes.
Sure.
I'm just thinking that we're trying to jam a lot into one field, but we have a fairly brand-new facility, South Common, that I haven't seen a permit request for.
So Lowell Flash has permits out there right now.
Who's that?
I'm not sure what, I think it's a youth soccer group as well. Stacy processes their permits
Alright.
every year. Because
So-
it's like an intended, so they don't have to come before the board. It's like any other baseball or, you know,
Right.
So it's like,
that's where it's conflicting.
so they like,
Right.
they, South Common?
I don't know what I'd have to look it up to see.
Yeah.
But I know that there are permits out there right now, so I don't know, I think it's similar time.
Mr. Chairman?
Right.
Jen, do you mind me asking? I'm sorry, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I just want to add that part of the reason why we use go for the whole park field is the park is attached to it also allows the kids, our kids, who are not playing.
So it makes sense for you guys to use that field.
Right.
No, are you closer to the Hubby Field? Is that where you're sort of situated in that
Yes.
area?
Right.
So you prefer to have something in that area?
Yes.
Okay.
The neighborhood.
Okay, that's,
Right.
and that's our wish. You know, what you're requesting from us, we want to give it to you. We just want to make sure we're being fair to all the groups, especially groups that have used that park in the past. But we also, and like I said, they've been more than willing to work with us as far as moving some of their dates so other people can use the field. So I don't think it's going to be a conflict of everybody sitting down and saying, well, you got this date, this date, this date. So I just think, Mr. Chairman, if I may, if we can just continue this for next month or come back with some type of
That-
understanding.
We've had precedent set that when we've had multiple groups want to request the same field various times, we've had to all come in and sit down and work it out.
Right.
It's always worked out well.
Yes.
If they don't work it out amongst themselves, then we will do it.
Yes.
And if we do it, they're not gonna like it.
Right.
So everybody gets the chance, and it's all worked out very well. I mean, it is now, with January 31st, no one's gonna get on the field until June, so we do have plenty of time to take in consideration these requests. And then we can set it up at a different date to have the groups come in and just kind of look over and figure exactly what you need and what you want, so we can deal with the information that's pertinent.
Okay.
So I would.
Chairman, I got a question. Is the
Yes.
field big enough to have 2 soccer fields there?
They only use it for practice. They don't play games there.
And I don't practice, but I mean,
Yeah, but
there's
you
2
don't.
fields there. Why can't we just give one field to one organization and one to the other? That's what I wanted to find out, that's all. I'm in favor of tabling this tonight,
Right.
but I just
No,
want
well,
to
that's
know
what we'll
myself,
discuss going forward,
is there
right.
2 fields there to play soccer?
There's enough area there for everybody to use it for practice and do what they think.
Okay.
Play
That's all I wanted
organized
to
as
know.
a set area, there is not. You know, you can't set up a field in the middle of it and have people to decide to that side. There is no, the only really thing in there is the cricket field. The rest of it is everybody uses it to run around and play and, you know, like a playground should be. So I think we should table this for right now. That is my suggestion.
I agree. So I'll make that in form of a motion, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
That we tabled it and have the group sit down and with the secretary and try to work out some common rounds where they can,
Okay. We have a second on that?
I'll second it.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Okay, so for the groups that are involved, we're gonna table that for now, put together what your uses wanna be and, the dates and everything, then we can work this all out together. Everybody will end up benefiting in the end, and we won't have any fights or confusions and stuff like we've had in the past years, so,
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
okay?
Oh, wait, so we'll get a email,
Yeah,
Okay.
I guess I'll be in touch with you.
Yeah,
All right.
we'll discuss this with Haley afterwards, after
All right,
she
thank you.
After she
Thank you.
shoots me.
All right, have a good night.
So,
So, because the 2 cricket groups are here, I don't want to waste their time if we're not going to hear their requests.
no, we want them to get together, because you weren't sure what nights you wanted, what days you wanted.
No, so they have it. It's just the issue is
Okay,
it overlaps at some point. So it's not up to me to handle that.
no, okay. Where is the overlap?
Do you want to take them now out of order, or you want to?
I would prefer.
Because I put them on the end.
Oh, all right, we'll get them on the end then. Okay, we have next is.
But I was asking, because if you were going to table their request, then I
Well,
don't
if
want
they're
to.
gonna, if they're looking for weekends and aren't gonna, we can approve
Yeah.
them and get them.
Yeah,
Because
just the
they weren't
weekend
asking
shouldn't
for
be a
weekends,
problem.
and Karen already knows about them. It's just they have conflicts between themselves, so they're here to work it out tonight.
Oh, all right, we'll
Yeah.
keep them at the end then. and we'll- Okay, we gotta get the rest
Shut the
free
cameras
here.
off and you guys can do.
Okay. All right. All right, so who else do we have here? Your name, sir? Come on up. Come on down.
Three.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm back for my annual request for the Shed Park Pavilion for our annual Spring Fling. It's a free event for the children of Lowell. Unfortunately, Easter's a little early this year. It's March 31st. So instead of doing it in mid-March, where it's probably going to snow or be crappy, we're going to do it the weekend after. We're still going to have our egg hunt, but we're trying not to call it an Easter egg hunt. We're just going to call it a regular egg hunt. But last year we had about 200 kids show up. It was a great event. Last year we also raffled off some Easter baskets, so we have to figure out what to call them if they're not Easter baskets, because it'll be after Easter. But we'll figure that out. We got some time. But we also use that green space between the pavilion and like the baseball field there, like a bouncy house.
Yeah.
So we'll also have the bouncy house again. And then that's about it.
Okay. And we have a question, depends on which date it's used as opposed to custodial.
Oh, so sorry, yeah, so it's the Saturday after Easter, so it'll be April 6th, and then our rain date would be the Sunday, April 7th.
Okay. So we just have the custodian, I think that's all we charge you for. The fee for the kids is 0. All right. And how long is it, 4 hours?
Yeah, for setup and stuff. The event itself is like 11 to 1, but we have a couple hours beforehand for
Okay.
setup and then tear down after.
All right. And did you want to reserve the rain date?
Yeah, if I could. I'll do.
Okay, you have to pay for it, though.
Yeah, it's understandable.
Okay, because you prevent someone else from using it. So the total fee would be, just custodial fee would be $240.
Good.
Okay.
And then I'll just let Haley know the week of what day we're using.
Okay. All right.
Last year worked out.
Okay, any questions or concerns?
I'll make a motion to approve the date and time requested for a fee of $240.
I'll second it.
Okay, further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries, you're all set.
Beautiful. If you have children or grandchildren, bring them out, okay?
Okay, as long as it isn't too cold.
Yeah, well, last year was very windy and cold.
Well, good luck. Hopefully you have good weather. Joseph Fuso, please. Welcome.
Thank you.
What can we do for you?
Good evening. So I'm here for the annual African Health Cup. We usually do it every year, and we haven't done it for 2 years because of staffing issue, and we want to do it this year. So the main point is to have 12-team max, and the key purpose for the tournament is to raise awareness of HIV and AIDS.
Okay.
So what we do is during the game, every first game, we let each team have a 30-minute discussion about how to prevent HIV. So that's what that is the main purpose of the tournament. So the date that we are seeking the permit is July 20th, and we wish if we could get the turf and the grass, because it's 12 teams. We want to make it competitive so we can be done early for the
Okay.
event.
Does this fee include the both fields?
John?
Yes, Janet.
So right now, there could be an issue. We're in the design stages of replacing Carvalho Field to turf.
Ooh.
But we won't know if we're gonna pull the trigger. It has to be completed before the end of August, so it's ready for high school. So if we can't get a contractor on board by a certain date,
Okay.
we're gonna push this off. But right now, we're 95% sure that this is gonna happen. So that field most likely won't be available. We won't know for sure till the end of April. At that point, we have to pull the trigger, yes or no.
Okay.
But there is the possibility that most likely that field will not be available
Okay.
during the summer.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
is there another field, Shannon, that they could use? in
And we
absence
still
of-
have the other practice fields.
Machado, right?
Machado.
Machado
yeah.
Field. There is other fields out there you possibly could use if you
Is
wanted
it
to.
closer to?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they're right next to it.
Yeah, they're right there with it. They're in the complex.
Right out the back door. They're right
It's all
there.
in the complex.
Okay.
It's just it's a practice football field, but you can use it for soccer.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. Okay. All right,
So
any,
sorry, it's just because I asked Shannon, there's no bleachers at the practice fields for Desmond or Machado, so I don't know if that's gonna impact you.
No, it's fine.
There
Yeah?
are bleachers at the
That's-
further field out.
Yeah.
The field hockey field has bleachers.
But they can't use that field hockey field, right?
No, that would be available.
Okay, okay. All right, just check.
okay.
I mean, it's close enough where people wanted to put chairs on the outside of the fence. You could still see all the stuff close enough to the
So we get the
field where
big
you-
field and whatever field is available at that time.
Right. They can stand and watch.
Price-wise, there's,
Like they do all the rest of the world.
Doesn't change the,
the turf is what's expensive, so.
Okay. Is that agreeable to you, sir?
Yes.
Okay. All right, any other questions or concerns?
Who do you expect to be in attendance for the Health Cup tournament?
So it varies because sometimes a lot of people show up and others people, in some occasion people don't show up, so we don't really know. Mostly the attendants are the teams, just to watch other teams play. And we are planning on having 12 teams max.
Okay.
Now, do you play rain or shine? If it rains, you still
It
play?
hasn't happened like, it's always sunny when we play. So
Yeah.
we haven't-
So somebody up there's watching
Yeah,
over there.
My only concern with asking you that is that I don't know if it's raining and you're gonna play anyways, if whether or not it's gonna chop up the fields a little bit. I mean, I know that practice fields, but probably within a month, these football fields, teams will be out there practicing. is my point. I don't know, I mean, there are practice fields, they're not the real field, it's just my concern, just a question.
He's gonna be out there, practices will start to August.
What's that? Yeah, less than a month, that's what I'm saying.
No, hopefully it doesn't rain, or it rains, it only rains a little bit. And,
I'll make a motion to accept the time and dates for 1560.
Second.
okay. Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. You're all set, sir. Good luck with your event.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Neshoba Valley Mothers of Multiples, please. I would never pronounce your last name, Beth.
No one ever does.
Okay, so I apologize for
It's okay.
that.
It's Nawaziat.
Okay.
So my name is Katie Nawaziat. I represent Neshoba Valley Mothers of Multiples. We're a group of moms and some dads, and we all have either twins or higher order multiples. We're looking to host a family wellness day event with a small fundraiser for the club. We charge our participants a small fee to play, but we're just going to do some, fun outdoor activities with the kids, little hula hoop runs, tie your feet together kind of deal, and use the track for some fun run events as well.
How big is your organization?
We have about 40 mothers that are active on sort of a monthly gathering basis, but we have 60 mothers within like Greater Lowell and a little bit into southern New Hampshire.
How many children?
Too many.
At least double that.
Right?
Double the
Oh, you're
60.
smart.
You've got two parents, you have at least one kid per parent, but then
Okay.
others have multiples, more than
All right.
one set of multiples, so.
Okay. No, it sounds like a fun event.
And we already know that there's a group that comes in at noon and takes over after that, so we know that we
So
gotta
you'd
be
be out of
cleaned up.
there and
Yeah.
everything. Okay. All right. Any other questions for us?
No.
Questions or concerns? Anyone?
Well, since it's a family field day, it seems like obviously kids are definitely going to be involved.
Oh, yes.
So I make a motion to waive the fee of $100.
Okay, yep, that makes sense. Okay, so we have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. You're all set. Good luck.
Thanks so much, appreciate it.
Now, how many do you have?
I only have two, thankfully.
Only two. Okay, thank you.
They're only 7 months, so.
Oh, the trouble hasn't begun yet. Good luck. You're welcome. Orlando Aponte, please.
Good evening. My name is Orlando Ponte.
Welcome.
I'm looking to get Harry Allen on Sundays. Starting April 28th till July 21st.
Okay. And is this a league you have already, Orlando?
Yes, we're looking to start the league back up. We used to run it 4 years ago. It stopped because of COVID. We just started a men's league travel, and then the community reached out, and everybody wants to get back together and
Oh, okay.
do some more things for the field and neighborhood.
Put the money back into renovations. You'd like that, Shannon, wouldn't you?
Hopefully, starting in 2025, all of St. Louis will start being renovated.
Oh, okay.
There's big plans in the future out there.
All right, so that's a year off, but
So I think what he's telling you is maybe not donate the money there, maybe give it to the House of Hopes and other organizations, because if they're gonna be renovating the field, it's gonna be state and federal money or local money using it too.
right.
Every year we do a book bag giveaway. We get about 100 to 200 book bags. We give them away at the North Common.
Oh, that's nice.
We have the fire department involved. We have the police department involved. Every Christmas, we donate a bunch of toys to, this year we did the House of Hope. We donated to, what's the name of there's a house in Lowell, I forgot the name of it.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, for like girls.
Just for girls.
Yeah, just for girls and stuff like that. We have a lot of guys that, grew up in Lowell that, we've had a rough past and, we've all changed. And I'm one of those guys. But just trying to do better.
Good. That's great. We need more people like that. Okay, any questions or concerns?
Again, since it's a community event and it looks like you're obviously putting these resources back into the community and helping make this place better, I would motion to waive the adult fee.
We have a second on that?
I'll second the motion.
Okay, so a second. Okay, further discussion?
I just have one question.
Sure.
Again, Orlando, and I'm gonna be consistent when I do this, you know, you're asking for a wide range from April to July. If there at some point you're not using the field, you'll notify the recreation department that we won't be using the field on these dates. So if someone else is requesting that date, we now have an opening date.
I have Memorial Day that I was gonna ask if we could take off. That Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
26th.
Okay.
Yeah, so that would be what?
It's May 26th.
So if you could just relate that to the secretary, that way if someone else requests that date for that park, she knows it's now open.
Yes, no problem.
That's all we're asking, just,
Yeah, if it rains, that's the only.
yeah.
Yeah,
No, I
that's
understand, you know, we understand the rain part.
Understandable.
It's just that, you know, if it's a nice sunny day and someone wants to use a park and you've got a permit and someone can't use it, and for some reason you couldn't use it, now the park's not gonna be used.
Yep.
That's all we're asking.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. You're all set, Orlando.
Have a good
Good
day.
luck, buddy. Okay. Gilbert Vigent.
Is he still here?
Yeah. We have,
They might take a little longer than.
You're next.
you're up, Gil. Okay, you want to get them up? All right. Okay, so,
Good evening, everyone.
welcome. Okay. All right, who's who?
Hatel.
Wait a minute, one at a time.
I'm Hatel.
Hey, Tel.
Okay. Okay, all right, just so I will know.
Yep.
All right. Okay, so we got a couple of conflicting requests here. Have you guys discussed it amongst yourselves? No.
We don't have, I just need the field just like every year. I've been using 8 to 12. That's all I needed for Saturday and Sunday. We don't have a schedule available right now.
Okay.
And hopefully, we might get it back, like probably in the March and or April.
All right.
But any days, I'm not gonna be using the field like I was telling
Right.
you earlier. I'll let them know they can use it.
Okay, I'm gonna let them speak afterwards,
Yeah.
right, okay.
Sure.
So we actually need the mornings as well from 8 to 12 because we are playing in multiple tournaments. So that's the conflict we have, unfortunately.
Okay. So do you have a schedule yet either?
No, we did not have schedule, but in the past experience we have games on every weekend.
Okay.
In the morning from 8:30 to 12 o'clock.
All right.
So, and we have putting like 2 teams now this year.
Okay.
So, playing 2 tournaments, we will definitely be needing the ground in the morning.
Is there room to work this out between you guys? If you have this time, you have that time?
I'm
I
open
mean,
to
because
it.
there's no way one of you is gonna get
Exactly.
carte blanche.
Right.
It isn't gonna
That's
happen.
understandable, that's
Right.
understandable.
Is there a way that one could be on the road one week and the other one home? Can you work it out that way?
As long as we get the schedule, we can, definitely.
Yeah.
work
All
out.
right.
If the only day, if I don't use it, they can have it,
right.
and the day they don't use it,
So
I'll
think-
use it.
Let me tell you, I
Okay.
think the easiest way. So
Okay.
usually whoever is organizing a tournament, we go them, we tell them that these are the dates we have the ground for.
Okay.
And then they accommodate our request and give us the games accordingly. So, by saying that, if we have a conflict, then maybe, and that's what I'm proposing, of course you guys have the decision. If we have a conflict, maybe some days you can give it to them, like maybe Saturday you can give it to them, Sundays you can
Right,
give it to us.
okay.
So both the parties are happy with it.
Okay. No, I mean, I see both of you are reasonable trying to, I mean, you're not using it, they can use it. And, but the one thing is that you get tournaments and sometimes you want to know what dates you're going to have and there's going to be things when you want it for a tournament and you want it for a tournament and that's where the issue is going to come in.
But if the
And you
board-
guys have worked together so well, we don't want to create hostilities.
But if the board like approves it and tells me that, okay, you will be getting every Sunday from 8:30 to 12, then I will let the tournament organizers know that please give me the game only on those days. And that's it. So I will not worry about the Saturday at that time.
Okay, and you want Sundays from 8:30 to 12?
I mean, we can work out, like I said, I don't mind to, play on Saturdays either, but I can let the organizers know, hey, just give us the Saturday games, give them the Sunday, so we don't have any conflict at all.
All right.
Can you work out that way?
Yeah, absolutely.
See how easy this is?
No objection at all, but I think that I want the board to make that decision that, okay, Sundays for us, Saturdays for them, no problem.
But
Right.
can-
But I just don't want us to going back and forth.
No, we wouldn't let you guys do it. No, we wouldn't let you.
Can I ask a question? Now, you run a lead, in-house lead, and you have tournaments also.
No, I only play tournament, I don't run the leagues.
But you have,
Play league, you play in a league only.
Yes.
you have a lead only where they have tournaments sometimes, right? They bring in groups from other parts of the cities and other parts of the
We
state.
have the league, and last year, if you remember, I organized a tournament as well.
Okay,
But we're
okay.
not worried about that right now, that would be, would be worried because in August, we'll be organizing our own tournament
Yeah.
like we did last year.
What I'm trying to do is ask him to maybe, or to whoever's running the tournaments, to allow some flexibility, because the tournaments, you got people coming from all over the state. You're not just people from the city in your lead. So if we're gonna accommodate the person that's doing the tournaments, then that means you're gonna forfeit other dates that you normally would not have a tournament to the person that's running a lead.
Yeah.
So we work out that, because the tournaments have gotta be priorities, in my opinion, only because you got people traveling from all over the state, they're coming down to play in your tournament. And normally if you have a lead, in-house lead, it's just people from within the area that are playing in your lead. And so you could have some flexibility there where I would say that tournaments in some cases would take priorities, but when you're working on your tournament dates, you're now forfeiting other dates over to the other, to the lead, so they can run their lead.
So if the board tells us that our group would be getting Sundays, the conflict we have, then I can tell the tournament that, okay, please give
Okay.
us those dates, that's all. So-
And then if they have an issue between themselves for one date, they can work
can
it
work
out
it out.
themselves.
Work it out.
If it is one
Yeah.
or two days, then we can work out.
That's what we did last.
That's what we wanna hear.
Right.
That's what we wanna hear here.
Okay.
People work it out.
We are okay with Saturdays, if they want Sunday, they can have Sunday, I'll take the
Is that all with you, Sunday, and he'll take Saturdays?
The hotel is Saturdays,
That's easy.
and Sabi is Sundays. Okay. That was easy, gentlemen. I said, that was easy.
I can
Yeah.
request the organizer to keep our games on, only on Saturdays.
If you got a special date in between that you need it, work that out amongst yourselves.
I just want to make sure, because like, in Hatal's defense, he's been, not that I don't like you guys either, but he's had the same time, so I just want to make sure that cutting down to just Saturdays, he's been here for years, so I just want to make sure that him taking just Saturdays is like what he's happy with and that they're happy with
Right.
just Sundays. Just to make sure, because I don't want to have to deal with anybody.
No.
afterwards.
For now, we don't have any choice, so we have to work it out.
Yeah.
You'll work, if you'd have a special date that you need it, I'm sure you guys will work that out. Okay, because if you don't, then we'll work it out and you will not like what I give you. Okay?
Yes, we will work it out.
Okay, thank you. I knew you're both reasonable men. So,
And while we are here, I just wanted to let you guys know that, and I sent you guys an email as well. We organized a cricket tournament in August of last year, invited you guys as well. Unfortunately, you guys were not able to make it. But the tournament was a huge success. There were 8 teams there. We generated some money from it, which we sent it to charity as well. So we are trying to do that work for charity to help people, the needy group.
I was by there when I watched your tournament, but you didn't see me. I'm like a ghost, in and out,
And you know, I know
just
that
like Keith is.
you've contacted us. I got a contact from a couple of people, a couple groups, I don't know who they were, honestly, and asked me if I knew of someone you could donate to.
Yeah, I will
We-
provide.
Yeah, we can't do that as a board.
Yeah.
We can't tell you who to donate to, because now it looks like a conflict that we're
Right.
giving you a permit. So I just wanted to let you know, I wasn't being rude by not answering you, but I try to go through the secretary to let you know that we are not allowed, under the law, to advise you to what group to give it to.
The only reason I was asking because we want to help people.
And I understand that, and I appreciate, but I just
Donate
hope
to
you
me
didn't take
anytime.
my not answering you as
All right,
being
come on, guys,
rude.
I gotta get somewhere else, so let's get moving here.
Can I just double check too?
Yes,
Sorry,
please,
so
Haley.
you're, the Saturdays that he's done at 12:30, you guys will go 12:30 to 6:30?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
all right, okay, good, all right.
I assume this changes some of the fees that are on there?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna have to work.
Can we just table for the fees to the next month for
We
them?
just say,
Yes, we can
based
do
on the
that.
math?
Just to,
You
Yeah,
just want me to put it on the agenda and have you guys approve it without them coming back? for
Yeah.
that?
yes,
yeah, I
yeah,
think
yeah.
that's fine.
Works for me.
We
So
can
do you-
charge them $10,000 apiece, and then we don't have to have it come back.
Do you hear what she said, what we're going to do? We're
No.
gonna check on the new dates with this new workout arrangements, and we're gonna check out and come back with the fees arrangement at next meeting.
I'll
Okay?
email them too.
All right. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Gentlemen, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, good luck,
I
guys.
hope you both have a great season, okay? Thank you. You're welcome. Okay. Now, who do we got left?
I think you're next.
The
Roberto
grumpy,
Bell.
the grumpy old guy.
Gil.
Is this Roberto Dell?
Gil,
All right, then we
It's
have,
gonna be Shannon at the end.
yeah.
motion to adjourn?
Second.
Welcome, Gil.
They have, yeah, well, I didn't give them your copy yet, but they have a copy of yours.
Same thing, only
Yeah.
it's easier to know if you want to be picky about it, so I have them all printed.
When,
No, we're
when
not
Gil
gonna be
had
picky.
submitted his request, the website kind of duplicated them, so I had to
Okay.
go in and duplicate it, but he didn't know I could do that.
Oh.
So he
It's
hand
just
wrote
a
them
10
all for
minutes
you.
at a
Oh.
time.
Okay. Are you set with what he's
You broke the
requesting?
internet? You broke the internet, Gil?
Haley, are you all set with what he
That's his
requested?
internet right
But I
there.
have, yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
He just gave me this tonight, so I don't know if the dates match what's in
Ah.
the system. I'm assuming they do.
Yeah, we're
But-
not gonna go through and check every date, Gil, we'll be here till next Thursday. And, we can't do that, so these are, does this reflect what you had already submitted?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Is there any changes at all?
Are there any changes?
Any changes? No.
Okay, good,
No,
all right.
everything done. No,
All
everything
right.
done.
Yeah, because I don't want you to upset Haley.
No,
No.
no, that's my buddy.
Jeez, hey,
See what shoe's gonna drop next.
my buddy now. You
Okay,
took the other one off me, you know? Hey,
all right.
I guess she's still there.
More important, how are you doing, Gil?
How am I doing?
Yeah.
I forget sometimes things. I gotta write everything down. I forget people's names.
Comes with the territory. I forget my wife's name all the time.
But I get up every morning.
Was that
I'm going.
Yeah.
I go by the pockets, make sure nobody busts it out.
Called me last week.
Name of the park.
Huh?
Out of an argument
Make
or
that-
something.
Wait a minute. It was
No
Mayflower
sleep with him.
before. Remember that?
Say,
I
Gil,
was-
All right.
I'm still around there.
All right, so let's get to this. In front of us, we have, as Haley had summarized, your request for these fields and times.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, we ended up with a total fee of $12,450. Okay, which is a lot less than what you used to have, because you used to run a lot more stuff.
Yeah, well, even.
Okay. Now, resident softball expert, Tommy, have you taken a look at this?
No, I haven't. I haven't had a chance.
No, okay.
Now, we had, I'm okay with the price. So,
Okay,
I had some rainouts. Remember I said it a year ago?
Right.
What happened to rainouts?
Yeah.
So, did you do it? I gave it to you.
Yes,
Yes?
yes.
Oh, okay.
Should be a
So it's
credit of-
only- It's very little. It's just,
oh, all right.
it's just in the middle of the year, the 16 all working, and the 18, we got the rain. You know, we lost field 2 and stuff like that, so that was.
Last summer was a disaster for
So,
events outside.
You'll give it to him?
I'll give them to him next month because I left it at home tonight.
Okay.
I think I come up with about $800
Oh, all right.
credit.
Tom, there were rainouts from last year?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
No, Tommy, if you have them, just submit them to
Yeah, okay, I'll
Haley,
submit
so-
it.
It was just one weekend.
So it'll be $800 off this fee, so,
Okay, so,
so it'll be $11,650.
concession stand, anybody get any problems with that? But you gotta vote on it.
Yeah, I know we do. Which stand?
His concession stand, he has.
Okay.
He forgot
Doing
to,
anything
Are the
different?
dates requested?
Doing anything different at the stand? No?
July 12th? July
Is that on here?
No,
No.
June.
No, I have to add it in.
Okay.
June 2nd's the earliest.
All right. Somebody make a motion for the concession stand, please?
I'll make a motion to accept his concession stand with no fee.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? You're all set on the concession stand, Gil.
I see the soonest date is
That's done,
June
that's
2nd.
done.
And then we
Now,
got
the other one's real
August.
tricky, and
August
it's
10th.
gonna be involved a
Yeah,
little bit.
August 11th.
All right,
Wait a minute, let me get back to the schedule.
oh, all right.
We have a motion to accept the schedule. Then with the adjustment of credit due, so the total would be $11,650.
I'll make a motion to approve.
11,000, excuse me, 11,000 what?
$650.
650.
Make a motion
Get
to,
it and get the money.
Gil, quiet for a minute.
Gil.
Gil, shh.
I'll make a motion to approve the dates as I requested for a total fee of
$11,650.
$650.
11,650.
Get a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Okay, what else do you need, Gil?
Okay, this is, I gotta run this across, you probably heard about it. We wanna put a few fences up. So let me explain the whole thing to you so you'll know. So, field 2 is dead.
Can't do
I'm
it.
gonna fix it, I'm gonna.
Gil, before you get started, you can't do it.
Huh?
You can't do it.
What?
You can't put fences up.
What?
Federal government, you cannot put fences up. It's federal government grant to put the field there, you cannot put fences up. Am I correct on that, Shannon?
I honestly don't know the answer to that.
Yeah, that's always been the thing, when we've had fields that we've had any type of federal money in it, you are not allowed to put fences up. What was there, stayed there, nothing else. So that's something that the law department's gonna have to check, all right? I don't want you to get involved in doing it, because I know it's a lot of work, and fences aren't cheap.
Why not, I got the door and everything for it. So I mean, it's just gonna be enough, it's just gonna be
One fence, separating the field, right?
1, 2.
Yeah, but we can't put a fence up, Gil. We can't put one up. I don't care whether it's free or not. We have to find out whether we can do it. That's,
Mr. Chairman,
yes,
wouldn't he have to submit his plans to put a fence up before the board, the city,
yes.
protect the board that would decide?
Exactly, that's what we had to do in the past. We've
Okay.
had other people
Yeah.
wanting to put fences up, and we were precluded from doing it because of federal money that was
Right.
put in there, and federal money precluded you from putting a fence up, which the fence now segregated that area to specific type of sports,
Right.
which you're not allowed to do.
Now, Mr.
I
Chairman, do
mean,
you?
it gets a little more
Do you want
involved.
an
in it.
opinion of the legal department, or I'll stay with your experience that you've had in this
That's my
committee, that you've
experience, but
had
we
that
gotta still
before,
check
and
with
I will
the legal
support your chairman. But if you think if we need a legal opinion, then I'm all for getting legal opinion, but I'm also willing to, with your experience on this board, Mr. Chairman, to accept your opinion that we not put a fence up.
You know, they may have
And we can't.
changed, they may have
Do
changed.
you want to get a legal opinion? Do you want to make an informal motion that we get a legal opinion about?
I believe we should, to protect Gil. Yeah. So you wanna
So I'll make a motion that we get a legal opinion from the legal attorney for the city of Lowell on whether or not a fence could be put up to separate the fields out at,
You have to understand, it's
Wait
dangerous.
a minute.
where is
He's
it,
making a motion.
McPherson's Park?
I understand what you're saying. I'm
So
not
that's
saying
my
I
motion,
disagree.
is to get a legal opinion.
I'll second.
Okay, so
whatever-
we have a second. All right, all in favor?
Whatever he said.
All in favor?
Hard now.
Yeah, but that's got nothing to do with the payment.
No.
Gil, it's not the idea you're gonna
Want to
pay
know whether or not
for
we
it.
can do it.
It's the federal laws, John stating that the federal law says we cannot do that. So we're requesting from the law department to give us the right way to go.
Right. We would hate to have you put the fence up and they said you
And
can't
they-
do that, and you gotta break it down.
Or even jeopardize anything.
I know
We just
you
want to
can't.
go in the right direction, that's all. We don't want them
We're
to come
trying to
back
help you
after
here,
us.
buddy. We're trying to help you. You know, we ran into that years ago. So, it's only because this whole mind remembers it.
So how are all these other fields in the city got a fence around it? That's what I don't understand.
Some had it, and then all of a sudden, federal money came involved, and any, it was excluded from it.
So they were grandfathered?
Yeah, most of them were
Big by
grandfathered.
yellow, they put fences up there. Everywhere.
Right, nice.
I'm just, if there was, there are some places that there was a fence there and they extended to it.
I think it's because of the two
They were
back-to-back
okay.
fields, and if you stick one on the middle,
Yeah.
it
Right.
takes away from another.
It's an injury.
Gil, we're not arguing that point. We all agree with you. But if the federal government says we gave you money and the money says you can't put a fence there, you can't put a fence there. And God knows the federal government's right all the time, correct?
Yeah.
So we just get it checked out, that's all.
I know.
We can have it by next meeting. You're not gonna put a fence up this weather anyways,
No.
Let's get
okay?
the clearance on this.
I mean, it's not gonna be like, 20-foot fences all that.
We
Doesn't
just
make a
want
difference.
we just want to get clarified that, we could do it. That's all we're trying to do.
That's all. Whether it's a 40-foot fence or a 4-foot fence.
And I'm gonna fix too, but I'm gonna do that, okay? Leave me alone there.
All right.
So I'm gonna get all kind of stuff there, because that's a dangerous one. That's been bad from years ago. The baseball had it, they gave it to the softball, and it started, and guy that was named after, Arthur Swift it. And, and every time it rained, it was under water, and it's still bad, So, I'll fix it.
All right. Anything else we can help you
That's
with,
all I
Gil?
can think of.
Good.
Nice and easy.
It's good to see you.
I made it for another year.
You did? How old are you now?
Huh?
How old are you?
39.
86. Yeah, and I went to, about a month ago, I went to Mansfield, Mass. And I had to go to, I had a granddaughter who got run over.
Ooh.
So it had to be died, she died.
Oh, sorry to hear
And
that.
While I was there, I won't go into that story, but now I find out another one of my granddaughters has a baby, but a second baby. I finally got my first great-great-granddaughter.
All right.
Hey,
Congratulations.
I finally made it, but I don't go for the other one.
You're not gonna go for great, 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 great?
I got over 60 granddaughters.
You might be around long enough, right?
Yeah, I can never say no.
19 kids.
But hey, I was a good Catholic.
The rhythm method.
Always a pleasure.
All right. Thank you, Gil. Thank you. Okay.
Hey, we'll look into that though, huh?
Yeah, we're gonna send it, so.
Hey, Phil and all that, he called this morning, so he's putting up the dough for it. But I have a guy on Lakeview Avenue that moved over there, he took over that little stand there, and he got all the stock there. We got prices for it, but he'll go over. We're not gonna go over it. just yet.
No,
I'll
it
wait for
may-
your answer, okay?
I don't think anybody argues you to the point that it's a safety measure, so.
Just to make it nice.
All right, thank you, Gil.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
29.
All right. Supposed to be at a meeting at 7:30, I guess.
You are late, sir.
Yeah, I guess I am.
I'll make this quick, John. I'm representing the city on this one. We're working with the manager's office and case office. They're working with the Hidden Battles Veterans Group. They want to have a race on the track at Shed, followed by a barbecue with live music. And nonprofit groups will be out there and basically want to reserve the entire park just so no issues with parking upper and lower. So if, there's no ball games going on, so there's plenty of
Okay.
parking for the people attending this event.
No. And you're in the middle of coordinating and all, so that's great.
Roberto is, I'm just representing them.
Oh, okay. All right, what number was that?
29th, the last one.
Last one, all right. That helps.
So the Little
Oh,
League and the Senior
there we
League
go.
won't be able to play
Oh,
that weekend,
all right.
correct?
Yeah, I already reached out to over 30 and,
We told Ryan.
Chris, yeah.
Okay, okay. Just
right.
don't want to make you feel like there's no conflict.
So I don't know, do I make a motion to
Fees are
accept?
waived, yeah, we need a motion.
Motion to, I don't know.
Times and dates
Times
requested.
the day it's free, no fee.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries.
Thank you.
Good luck, Shannon, with that. And what are we doing with this idea?
So Rita put forth a motion at city council on Tuesday requesting us to reconvene with them now that they're like solidified with their committees. So she wants us to meet with her at 5:30 on Tuesday to go over that,
Next Tuesday?
this coming, yeah.
All right. I should be able to make it on Tuesday. Who else could make it?
I'll make it.
I'll be there.
I'll be late. I can't make it at 5:30.
Okay.
What's the date offhand? Do you know?
The
it?
6th.
6th. Thank
We
you.
all-
February
Do we all need
6th.
to go, or just, okay, so I guess I'll try and go.
Vice chairman has
Councilor
to
Mercer
go.
wants to be
Vice
back.
chairman has to go.
And Eric and John Leahy, I believe,
Right.
is the subcommittee.
Yeah, no, I think it, yeah.
Who's on the committee now?
John Leahy, Eric Getcher, and Harry.
Yeah, it's still good, so good.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, sir.
Last night, there was a lot of discussions with the city councilors, and I actually spoke to one on the phone today. They're having some problems and concerns, just as well as I think we've all mentioned last year, and again, I mentioned it tonight, about groups coming in and blanking in from April to October. And then we're going through the parks, according to this council, we're going to the parks, and there's nobody there. Parks are not being used. So I'm gonna do a little more studying, but I'm gonna probably come in with a motion at next meeting that we have 3 type of permits. You have a permit that's been approved, denied, and then some will be a temporary permit. Temporary permit meaning that there is no scheduled game from that lead on that field that night, but they want it open in case, I know if you have rain dates and you want to move games, and that's fine. But I think we've seen a lot of times, and when I suggested to one of the constables, he told me, I says, well, how we work is we don't have the people that's requesting to use that field, if we put temporary, that calls the person that has it. No, they call the secretary. The secretary will then call the lead and say, listen, are you using this field this night? There's a request to use that field. No, we're not. So, okay, you would grant the permit to that person who's requesting the use of it. Because we blanket a lot of leads, we blanket the whole park throughout the whole city. So if someone wants to go down there and just get a group of kids and play a neighborhood game, you can't, because you can't technically get a permit for it, because it's blanketed by leads throughout the city, even though they're not using the fields. And that's happening a lot. And I think some of the councils were frustrated about that process.
Right, I understand the issue. That's been an age-old issue.
Right, and I told her
We've
that
had
we would
for
discuss it at the
years.
board and
Right.
try to come up with some remedy
Yeah.
that we think might be fair to all. And I think we did it last year with the different leads in the city. We did that with, we called up people and said, are you using the field? No, we're not using it. And we gave it to other people when they had some
I know that's what we
unforeseen
try to work
situations
out.
where someone wanted to use a field that was already permitted to organizations. And we asked the organization, are you using it? They said no. They said, go ahead and use it. And we worked it out that way.
Another thing in the proposal would be, instead of issuing a blanket for 4 months,
Yeah.
do it for 2 months, and have them come in again, and then we can do something. And we can monitor what the uses were
Right.
during that period of time. And this problem, when I first got on the board, we had the same problem.
Right, yeah.
It was just the different groups using
Yeah.
it, and the only time, and when you have it, is all of a sudden somebody wants to go do something on a field, and want to sit, they want to hold it to councilors, and then all of a sudden it comes before us.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And yet you start asking questions about who wasn't and what wasn't, and you turned out, well, they wanted to go play themselves that day. And I know myself, and always been, the parks, all the permit does is give you the right for that time yourself. But I could still go and play anytime. And I've never really had an issue where people have come before us over all this time to complain about it. It's usually through a city councilor who can't play. And, it's something we have to look at and set a policy. I totally agree with you. We should get something. So, now I'm open to anything.
Haley?
They should be there for people to use. That's what they're
Right.
there for.
Right.
So my only concern or insight with that is, I don't know how we would have like a happy medium, because for the website, once you put in a request and then I hold it, or, Stacy holds it, whatever, it's held in pending, so it shows that it's read until you guys have the meeting.
Right.
And then once it's approved, it's in there, so no one else can request it, because it says that it's unavailable for use. So even if we put in a hypothetical, like, temporary permit, it would still be an issued permit. So there's no way to show that it's either I don't put the permit in, but, I keep the schedule on the side like this.
Yep.
And then every request I get, I have to go through and figure out, like, okay, is it being used, May 12th? Because if it's not in the system, it's easier when it's in the system, because right away it's unavailable. But if not, that would be the only way, is keeping I don't know, just because Ryan's in front of me, or Lowell Youth Soccer, whichever one. So if I had their schedule,
Yeah.
they wouldn't actually put a permit into the system, because then, I'm rambling, but it's like, basically, once the blanket permit is in there, there's
Right.
some groups that, they'll go on our website and they'll see that it's blocked off, so then they don't even try to put it in.
Right.
Like that group that had said, oh, it's been blanketed last year, so we missed it. They could have probably come in and asked us to release some dates like we do with Lowell Youth. I
Right.
mean, Lowell High, because same thing with Lowell
Right.
High, they have everything.
Right.
But anytime that someone wants something, they reach out to me, and then I reach out to them. But otherwise, if they were to just put it in on their own, it would deny them. So I don't know, like, how we could make that work with the temporary thing unless we just don't have permits in the system so that it looks like everything's available. But then I would still have to go through like schedules and be like, no, turns
We're
out.
not trying to create more work. for
I
you.
know, so that's what, I'm just trying to give you guys
It- it-
insight,
it
like,
sounds
once
like
it's in
this
the
would be a lot of
system,
work for you,
it's
and that-
kaput.
we don't want that to
So,
happen.
I don't know how we're gonna solve that.
Well, I think a
But you,
lot,
one thing
But I
you
agree, it
have
shouldn't be
is
a
when
blanket
if
that's
somebody
not used.
requested a field, they had to submit a schedule. No schedule, no permit.
right.
And that's the way it was when I first got on this board. I mean, I know that's centuries ago, but that's what it was. You didn't have the schedule, you didn't get
Would
a
that be
permit.
hard for the leagues today?
Pardon?
Ryan, let Ryan
Yeah,
speak on that because.
Absolutely. You know, I don't know which groups, you know, for baseball and softball, the fields that we utilize, you know, like Shed Park, for instance, from opening day till summer, until travel starts, every field is booked pretty much
Right.
exclusively. We actually have like spillover, so we're, you
Right.
know, and the same could be said for the Highlands facilities in Lucraft, PYO, up at Finn and Wayland. Once we get to the summer, there's a little more travel involved, so there's maybe not every single night, but still pretty heavily. You know, I know that the only other thing I can think of is maybe like Calorie, because they sort of kind of folded into it. So Calorie is the only field that was sort of underutilized
Yeah.
as far as a baseball.
Right.
one.
In the softball field.
Right.
Yeah, you're always gonna have something.
Yeah, other than that, you know, walking any night to Blue Craft or up to Shed or back to LeBlanc, you know, there's someone there. I don't know, maybe there's other leagues that I know, you know, like you said, like Lysa uses, they always had Hovey as a backup, but they're not
Right.
always gonna be there.
Right.
So that might be an issue, but.
But I think on your page 6 of your, our proposed things, basically says priorities. You know, we all know that someone's looking at it, and they look, well, this would be on the website, right? I'm assuming once we, us and the city councils and everybody approves it, the park subcommittee, that this will be on the website, so people would say that, page 6, it tells you who has the priorities. You're talking to high schools, youth organizations, and this is the way we give nonprofits. So I think it explains, so if you get a group of residents that want to just, you know, get together and have a softball game or something like that, and we have a permit that's been granted for someone, but they're not using the field, I just want to be able to have some availability of some resource that we could say, okay, you know what? The field is not being used, I call the organization that has the permit for that field, they're not using it, and so there's got to be some way that we can open the lines of communication so that people would know that I just don't want fields, and I think that's what the realms with. And I just want to tell you, when I hear councilors speaking about this on the council, I take it personal, because I sit in this committee.
Right.
And I take it personal, because some of the accusations that are being made, I think are absurd.
I'll add something, you know, I tell people all the time, they're like, hey, can I use this field, can I use this field? Like, first of all, if you want exclusive use, you need a.
Right.
If you walk by, you know, Zabo Field, and there's no one there, and you want to play pickup ball with 10 of your friends, you certainly can, they're public parks.
Right.
You know, so when people like, want to use it, yeah, go ahead. If there's games scheduled, no, we have a game schedule.
Right.
But I've never seen anyone have any conflict, and obviously I'm on the front lines of this, I've never gotten a call about a pickup game getting moved for an organized league game. I've never gotten a call like that. So if that exists somewhere by another league, maybe.
I think the problem is the computer is, once his organization will use, gets on the computer and takes all these things. As somebody who wants to use it, I go on the computer and I see it's red, it's locked out. Then I want it for the following week, and I go buy it, and nobody's there. The problem, I think, is the computer.
Yeah.
Well, it's not necessarily, it's a little of both. It's the fact that it's a blanket permit and people aren't using it, and then also that it's on the computer and it's blocked off. So some people do reach out to me and I'm like, no, I'm sorry, like, you know, this youth group gets priority, because it's not just baseball. It's
Right,
like
it's-
the high school, there's tons of youth groups that have the blanket, but they do use the fields, some of them. And it's just like, it doesn't matter whether it's a blanket permit or not, they're gonna go in, they're gonna see it's pending or it's reserved, and then they're either gonna reach out to me in hopes that I can finagle something, or they're just not gonna reach out to me at all. but it's usually never like pickups. It's always something like, you know, like I don't know, whatever soccer group that was, the Liberians. So same thing with them. Like, they didn't even bother to reach out to me last year to see if Hovey was going to be open because Lowell Youth had it during the week and then Cricket had it blocked off on the weekend. So they just didn't even reach out to me. But then this year, because it's open, since soccer hasn't put in their schedule and they came early, they were able to put it in first. So it's like, it's hard. Whether
It's very
it all
hard.
depends whether the person reaches out, because otherwise on the system, it's just blocked off.
Right.
And you don't know if they're actually using it or not. But I mean, for baseball, we know they're using it. Like, that's a fact. But you know what I mean? There are other fields that are open that are just blocked off as backups, and that kind of bothers me a little bit. But again, it's tough because it's for kids. So it's like, which way do you, I don't know. how to
And you
make
know,
everyone happy.
it isn't so, you can use a phrase of buck up, it isn't buck up games. And maybe I would tell you the problem that I had with the Acre Youth years ago when we were on it is practice time. When my kids are not playing, or other leads, their team is not playing that night, they can't use their field because there's a game at their field, but they want to take their team and practice somewhere else. Well, where else can they practice? They go to find the nearest field they can. If there's nobody using that field at the Bartlett School, they're going to use the field. Now, all of a sudden, the Bartlett kids come down to one of the, the kids from the Acre, and they want to practice on that field, they can't, even though they have the permit because there's already somebody on there. So there is conflicts, and the conflicts with other leads, teams coming from other leads who want to practice because they can't practice on their field. There's a game there. So they want to find someplace else across the city to play, to practice. So it isn't always about a backup game. It's about other teams having fields available to go and practice. So I just say we got to, and I agree with I'll take what the chairman said, and I think that makes some sense, compromising. Maybe we go 2-month schedules. Try to limit the schedule instead of going from April to August or Labor Day, and if you know you got a schedule for these fields that day, it's yours.
Well, the other thing with a schedule I was looking at is then you have to give us a schedule, so we know that on Tuesday, you're supposed to be using it. Somebody goes by on Tuesday and they're not, we now have a reason, they said they had a game, on that game, at Team A versus Team B. Now, there's nothing there. So what are they doing? They're forced to utilize it that way.
Yeah.
And as far as, picking up a pickup game, and it's something that's gonna happen, you get together on a Thursday night in the bar and say, "Oh, let's go play baseball Saturday somewhere."
Right.
And that's what some of the people want, and they go, and there's a youth thing there. I mean, you're always gonna have a
Yeah,
conflict.
no,
And we can't service everybody, okay? And I don't wanna make it a nightmare for Haley having to be on the phone constantly calling things. She will quit. Right, I mean, that's what's gonna happen, and some of these people have to realize you don't get everything that you want. And unfortunately, and I would say to the whole council here, they all sometimes think if they make a telephone call that everything, they get whatever they want, and it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
We serve the people, we do not
But
serve
do you
them.
think a 2-month period is short time? Because like Ryan, he's gonna need it for
I don't.
May,
Yeah,
June,
but
July. You're gonna need.
make the permit up,
We schedule about.
then submit 2 months, and then when it comes up again,
2,000
submit again.
games, so I don't,
Right.
no, don't make me come back.
Or do we put a
Twice.
field available to anybody to use during the week or anything? Just put one field that nobody has a reserved right
Well,
for.
if there's
I'm
some-
just throwing out
No,
ideas here, that's
Here's
all.
an idea, if there's something in the system that can, obviously have it like blocked out.
Right.
It's like, this is an annual user or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If you are looking to use it for a single day, please call.
Right.
Right,
Whatever. You
exactly,
put-
yeah.
well,
Exactly.
Don't put
Yeah,
my
that's,
phone number,
I
you put my
agree.
phone number
Exactly.
for all
We
the
should
stuff I
have something
block.
like that.
Exactly.
Right.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
absolutely.
Hey, someone wants
The
to
only
use the
issue
field.
though is that people don't like to read things. Like
Yeah.
all these
Yeah.
policies and procedures, when people say, oh, I don't know that I should book rain dates.
yeah.
It says it on there, like you should be
That's not
booking
our
rain
problem,
dates.
though.
No, I know, but
I know.
for me, like.
I know,
like, say
you're
you
trying to
look at
accommodate
January,
everybody.
And if you have a month where I wouldn't put your phone number, I'd have them probably call us or whatever, you know what I mean?
They
But
should-
like, they're not gonna see that it says like, oh, if this date's unavailable, please call the recreation office
Mm-hmm.
for other, like, they're just gonna see it's not available and like, I
I mean,
I
that's the
know.
problem
I'm
with,
just saying.
with society, they don't wanna read.
yeah. I would put it on the website, but it's the same as everything else. Like, it's there about the custodian.
Put it in
fees, but
red,
Just don't read it all
flashing
the time.
We have
Lincoln
enough green
lights.
space in the city for everyone to accommodate everything that they ever want. I don't think that we have an issue with that. If there's something where there's some sort of conflict where a group wants to use it, everybody can either work it out, they can call, hey, listen, I've got an event that needs a baseball field, it's the middle of the summer, and they're all sort of taken. All right, well, what day is it? What, can we
We
figure out
work
a way?
around that
Of
to the
course.
list, right. We tell them, you got somebody that's running a thing for, Cancer Drive or one of those or the other ones. We'll move mountains for them, okay?
Exactly. Everybody knows how to,
Yep.
everybody knows my phone number, they can call me.
Yeah,
And
mine
the other,
too.
the other big thing is when you get a lead as big as what Ryan's running, is when you have rainouts. Now you're trying to make updates all the time, so you're not running late further and further in the summer, because the longer you go in the summer, the less kids you're gonna have participating.
Yeah,
So I think using some of the fields that, you probably didn't have a scheduled game that night,
Well,
but
yeah, so
because I have a
when we
rainout.
transition to summer,
I
we
could-
actually have a pretty, almost, not 100%, but pretty close to, in the summer, our leagues, we start playing against some other teams,
Right.
other towns.
Right.
So we have like our district teams and we have like our MVC teams, but we still utilize our fields. Like, so spring, I'd say 100% capacity, every single field, almost all the time. Once summer hits, July, you're still gonna see that, but because we'll play a couple games Drake and Andover, whatever, so you're still seeing openings. So if there is a group that wants to use some of the baseball fields, in my example, starting in the summer, it's easy enough to do.
Yeah.
If like, hey, can we use it on, Saturdays between this and this, we can schedule around that. So.
Scheduling times for rainouts is tough, and the leagues might have to adjust and say, wait a minute, we just can't reserve all these rainout days. We're gonna have to realize that, we might schedule 100 games, but we're probably gonna play, if history says 80 games. So we're gonna have to adjust our schedule to accommodate, and that way we'll help other people as well.
I think
those
Mr.
are just ideas.
Mr. Chairman, I think we're all in the same page here. It's just how we get there,
Right.
That we
know.
best utilize the fields. But I think, I agree with you, Mr. Chairman, that this has been going on for years and years, and someone calls the council because they went to a park and they wasn't able to play there because, or they get a permit there and they went there and nobody was there. Well, there might have been a reason why there was nobody there. But I agree with you, Mr.
Exactly.
Chairman.
Exactly.
All
It's
right.
pouring, we went there on Tuesday, there's nobody there, it was pouring rain. We don't hear that part.
Yeah, but people have to understand too, you guys only meet the last Wednesday of every month. So
Right.
it's like, if come January, I know fields aren't open right now, but say, or even, for January, if someone had reached out to me January 15th, I'd be like, I'm sorry, is the 17th open? I'd say, no, I'm sorry, like, you'd have to wait until the 31st, because that's when they meet next. Like, I have the ability to do rainouts and stuff a
Right.
little bit, but for something like that, so even if the 17th does open up, because Ryan's like, hey, sure, I'm not gonna use it that day, I can't give that permit because you guys don't meet until the end of the month.
Right.
So there's a lot of things that go into like why someone can't also get the date, whether it's a blanket permit or not too, but.
There's an old expression, poor planning on your part does not constitute an emergency on my part.
Yeah, so, just on the record.
Yeah, no, there's so many issues and so many things, we got some great ideas, how we put them all together.
We have to meet twice a month.
Yes.
Twice a month and get a stipend.
Yeah.
Motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you, everybody.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Oh, see, it was 8 o'clock, I'm late.
If we could just get that retractable dome.